Previously on the crew, Laden robs the CBK. He has the government by the balls. Serikali ina sirikali ndani yake. And Laden knows their secret of using Jasmine for their own selfish gain. He only hopes that Jasmine won't fall for their tricks, lest she gets hurt. For him personally, has nothing to lose. Dying has never been something to scare him. If he lost Jasmine, he could go ahead and die. Apparently, there are more than 1,000 ways to die. But for him, only one way to live: by marrying Jasmine. This is the crew. As the county ambulances get to the entrance of the CBK, Machuani is cuffed and put in. David Egesa and the other 3 other surviving soldiers are also put in. The dead soldiers are put into body bags. Mutenyo had seen Laden, but before she snitches, her phone alerts on an incoming message. If you speak, Gramps goes. It's a video of her son playing in the compound where she lives. Madam, is there anything you saw? Asks the CID. She had called to inform. It's probably nothing. Hey Nyendo. We are out. Machuani is badly wounded. Take care of the rest and save him. And the cop says Laden over the phone. Fine, says Nyendo. At the casualties area at Mbagathi Hospital. At that time, David is seen in the Pajero. Ondari is the driver. The getaway vehicle had been strategically positioned in the meeting. Wangui walks and whispers on the president's ear. Sir, the CBK just got hit. They got away with all the money. As sweat trickles down his forehead before he stands up and walks out of the meeting. Jasmine's father had acquired several properties for him, among them the JW Marriotts, and so, at Kipande subway, all the vehicles stop. The money is transferred into the range with Jasmine in it. The other vehicles scatter around. Laden gets behind the wheels and drives away through Parklands Road, then to JW Marriotts. He had booked a room 117. They two walk with the money into the hotel. They are seen in the elevator before it stops and opens. They move into the room. The entire premises belong to him, partially paid. It was 11 in the AM. Laden had already hit the bank. Ako room juu na Jasmine akimfinya. You know what this means? That we just conquer the world. At last we put the people first by making you its first. To God be glory indeed. Mi ndio yule hutoa mbingu makosa. There was a fault in our stars. How will you feel if you just owned this entire estate? All these complexes? I'll feel nice. Well, then it's yours. Consider it yours. Then in fact we have already paid the deposit. You Who? I and your father? I guess that will be the day you gave him money without telling me. I knew you will notice. I'm just grateful you never asked why. I love you. And I love you, lad. At that time, the money is at the counting machine. $100 billion. She couldn't believe it. The fact is, she was worried about how to get her hands on the money. But now that it was here, she had so many ideas on how to invest the money. And that's exactly what Laden loved about her. And yet, he had even anticipated for it. And that's why he had bought the estate for her. She loves thinking about others. On the contrary, or maybe in the process, she forgets about herself. And that's why Laden is here for her, to bring out the actual lion in her, to rule and to conquer. And maybe that's why the name of the estate is GTC. To many that meant Global Trade Center, but not to Laden. To Laden it meant God's Trade Center. He wanted to get his hands on the property, but not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the truth. The greatest of all denominations, God, Jasmine Aya Kisicha. He had earned her. Only Jasmine could remember how. 1 year ago, she didn't know him well. He had just come out of prison on assault charges. They, Laden and Jasmine, meet on a Monday morning. She was beautiful, same way she is now, in jeans, wearing a beautiful smile. She had not seen him for days, but the tashbir was in his hand. Did he convert into Muslim? Whatever, I still love him. But Laden had read Vedic, and he understood the definition of a religion. For to surrender unto God, this is religion. Now here they were, years later. They had started humble and they were still together. He intended to keep her forever, but out of her will. And maybe that's why he was reluctant to tell her everything he had figured out pertaining their destiny. She had dozed off after they made love. He got out of the bed and walked to the balcony, pulled out the phone from the robe and called her father. Hello, father-in-law. Word from the Queen Mother? She said, congratulations on the hit. Which one? Asked Laden. The former, answered Charlie. Thank you, said Laden, and hung up the phone. And there she was standing behind him. I didn't know you were awake. I can't sleep without you beside me. It's your father. What of him? There is something I need you to know about him. What is it that I don't already know about my father? That is the chairperson of the Kiawa group? What's that? Well, it's a group of traditional militia responsible for the protection of the queen. You. They even take a blood oath for that. What? Some sort of a cult or something? Not really. It's an oath of allegiance and loyalty forever to the crown. You see that house? Pointing to the GTC office, Nairobi. In it, there is a crown that only fits your head. At that time, Lucas is seen in the safe house, tuned on to Al Jazeera. David walks into the house and joins him. How did it go? Asks Jigsaw. Fine, we have the money. We are moving on soon. Up a notch of the food chain. And that's what it's rightfully ours, says David.